but it is better to build a rapport with someone that you kind of actually see instead of just hearing them over the phone. So it's just a good way for you to connect better with your client. And it is, again, if you have a laptop or a desktop, it's kind of just one of the things that they expect that you'll have. Hey there, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, my goal at this video is to walk you through what are the requirements or basic things that are usually required from you as a virtual assistant. Now, if this is your first time on my channel, my name is Lai Lacaba. I've been working from home since I was 15 years old and now run my own executive assistant outsourcing company here in the Philippines, and I post videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to have a business from home. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of my videos. Now, as you're getting started being a virtual assistant, there are a few things that are normally expected of you or from your potential employers. So I'm going to really break down in this video what those are, so make sure to watch until the end of this video for that full list. Now, one of the first things that are usually required from you or expected of you is that you have your own laptop or desktop. Now, one of the questions I get a lot as a virtual assistant coach, is it okay to get started on my phone? For some companies, yes, but it depends on the job that you have to do. But if you want to become a virtual assistant where you're actually doing virtual assistant tasks, having a laptop or a desktop is essential for you to get started. Now, there's a lot of different things that you can do to kind of make up for it if you're having trouble having a laptop. One is just borrowing someone's laptop or desktop for a time while you work. Another one is going to a computer shop, maybe if there's one nearby you where you can borrow their computer for a few hours a day and get work done. There are also different arrangements where you can go to a co-working space that has a desktop that you can rent out with. Of course, that will mean that you have to shell out some money for that, but these are different ways that you can get started. Or, of course, it's always getting a secondhand laptop that you can pay in small amounts every month. So there's different ways that you can get around this, but it is expected from you because you'll be storing files in that laptop. You're probably going to be using it for personal use, so it's always better to just have your own laptop, especially if you're going to have different clients as you work as a virtual assistant. The second requirement is just having internet connection or a backup internet connection even. Now, of course, if you're working as a virtual assistant, you need internet connection, whether that's just the data on your phone or you actually have a broadband connection at home. So this is expected of you because you can't really work if you don't have internet. No one else can really provide that for you. When you're applying for jobs, you need internet. So this is really an essential thing for you to have. And one of the things that I teach inside of 2XU is to have places where you can have backup internet. What this means is finding a coffee shop that has good enough internet that you can work from. It could be co-working spaces. It could be a friend's house or a family friend's house where you can go to their place if you need just that internet if yours crashes or goes away. And we know that it happens a lot. Next is just having a good webcam. Now, this is usually for just doing meetings with clients, but it is better to build a rapport with someone that you kind of actually see instead of just hearing them over the phone. So it's just a good way for you to connect better with your client. And it is, again, if you have a laptop or a desktop, it's kind of just one of the things that they expect that you'll have. Next are really good headphones or earphones. When you're doing calls with your client or you're just really typically working, having a good set of earphones or headphones will really help you be just more focused and productive. And for some virtual assistant work, it might be that you need a noise canceling headphone just so you can make sure that when you're talking to them, they don't hear any of the background noise. Maybe you might be answering questions from customers, you might be hopping on calls with them. So having really good headphones with a good microphone is something worth investing in. Next is a bank account under your name. Now, I know in past videos I've talked about like how to sign up for PayPal for teenagers, for example, but it really is helpful when you are able to open a bank account under your name so clients are able to pay you faster in other ways if they don't have PayPal, or you can hook it up to the payment platform that you're using, whether that is PayPal, Stripe, Payoneer, or any other platforms. You can use it to set it up faster if you have that bank account under your name. Now, if you're underage, there's going to be different banks that have different rules that you might need your parents' permission, for example, or their signature, but it is something that you can hopefully set up that'll make it easier for you to get paid. Next is having your own space at home. Now, this is something that I really recommend as you're getting started to kind of hone in on that productivity, is having a space where you actually just go there to work. So for example, for me in Cebu, when I go to work, I just literally have a desk right beside my bed where I get to work, I get to get things done, and I know that is my work mode, that is my work space. So then I get into that mode mode of like, this is where I get things done. So when you have that space, and it doesn't have to be this big thing, it could literally be just a corner in your room or a corner in your house where it's typically quiet, not a lot of people pass through it. It's hopefully something with a good background if you're not using Zoom, for example, basically the one with less distractions if you're not using a background at all. So try to find a space in your house where you can have that distraction-free zone to make sure that you're focused on getting that work done. Next, with that, is having a sturdy table and a comfortable chair. Now, I started out with a really small desk. It barely fit my laptop, and I had just one of those plastic chairs. And even before that, I was just working on my bed. So it's really good to invest in good equipment, to invest in a way in your space as you keep expanding and growing as a virtual assistant for that space for you to be able to really fully work. Especially if you're going to be working long hours just on your desk, it really is worth it to put in the money and the effort to get a comfortable chair for you that's going to last you longer. I paid about $100 on a chair back in 2020 that I still to this day use a lot. When the pandemic was happening and I wasn't being able to go to coffee shops a lot, that chair has saved me. And of course now I have a bigger desk that I can use, and I can even put a second monitor on. That again, it's me investing back into my space. Next is actually just having a good phone. A good phone is a good backup for you to work if your laptop goes out, for your data, for being able to message and reach your client at different times. If you just had like, a typhoon, for example, happen, like the one that happened in Cebu a few months back, having a good phone where you can communicate with them if something happens to your laptop is very much needed. Plus, it's a way for you to get access to the apps that your clients use in a more convenient and, of course, easy way. If you're not on your laptop, you can just check messages on your phone, so then you can respond to them in a timely manner. On the flip side, another thing that would be really good for you is having just the good old-fashioned pen and notebook. The reason is I always advise that you take down notes, a lot of notes, when it comes to you talking to your client. That way, it's easy for you to repeat back what was just discussed. It's easy for you to tell them like, hey, this is what we talked about, right? These are the next steps that we're going to do. That way, you're asking for that clarity through your pen and notebook. You have that notes to go back into, and you have a way to create to-do lists for the day, for example, or simply a way for you to review what happened in the last few days. Now, when it comes to tools, I always say that tools are a multiplier. They're a way for you to multiply yourself, and they're only as powerful as the user. You could have the most high-end MacBook laptop, but if you have no idea how to use it, how to utilize it to the best ability, then it's kind of just a little bit useless. So make sure that you do hone your own skills as well. You upgrade yourself as you upgrade your own tools. Now, if you guys like this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button right there and comment below what other tools do you think other people need as they get started working as a virtual assistant. And if you still haven't yet, make sure to hit the subscribe button right there so you don't miss any of our videos every Sunday and Thursday on how to work from home and how to run a business from home. You guys can check out those two playlists right here and the latest video right here. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and remember that small steps matters, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!